We are Saber Sports.
Welcome back to Saber Sports. I'm your host, Simone Steffen, joined by our incredible team at the desk, Keith Norris Jr., Jeremiah Williams, and Tamir Jean-Charles. As always, the NBA are making major moves during the trade deadline. Jeremiah, between New York and Philadelphia, who made the best moves?
Thanks, Simone. Fellas, this is easy. The Knicks won this trade by a long shot. So Bogdanovich averages 20 points per game. He spaces the floor. He's able to create shots for Brunson and Julius Randle. He was shooting 41% from three-pointer this season. So this is an amazing pickup, and this is a great pickup for the playoffs. I'm not looking at regular season anymore. I'm looking at the playoffs. What are you going to do in the playoffs? When you add him to this roster,
more flexibility.
You're able to, you have a different. There's three levels of scoring now. You have Randall, you have Brunson, and you have Bogdanovich. And you even have Burks that can score, average 12 points per game. So that's what you need. You need versatility. You need depth. You need energy. You need, guys that are willing to put the ball in the basket. And that's what the Knicks get. And I think with this trade, happening, they're fourth in the East. I think they can honestly make it to, a conference finals if they play their cards right.
So definitely, I agree with the Knicks winning this trade. But somebody you had forgot was OG. I feel like this started before even, when they first acquired him. They didn't give up no first-round picks in acquiring him.
That's good.
So I'm going to say this. The Knicks were the best team in the month of January. They played 14 games. Since acquiring OG, they have won 12 of their games while still maintaining 4 first-round picks in the next upcoming draft. Now, with the fall of Randall, injuries, and OG, he's going to be out for maybe a few weeks. It's still going to, and there was some pressure on their smaller guards. Their coach giving a lot of extra time, forcing players to force them to be out there longer. But as you said, Bogdanovich, he's mean. 40% from the three, and then you said Alex Burks, he also 40% from three.
Yeah.
They shooting real efficient from the field. They snipers. So there's no way they didn't win this trade, especially from the other side. The Sixers, I feel like nothing moves with them without Joel Embiid. Buddy Hield, he's a great player, but nothing moves through their offense when he is not there, and if he's not playing.
Okay.
I agree. It's probably going to be surprising because I doubled back. I said the Sixers before the show.
Oh, wow.
But now I'm going to say the Knicks only because, the Sixers can't get it done with Embiid. And they're supposed to be a championship team, championship caliber team, a team that's supposed to be, over the Nuggets. A lot of people had, over the Nuggets winning the ship. But even when Joel Embiid is there, when they don't get it done at the end of the season, it always falls on him.
Right. That's a good point.
And he, to be honest, he doesn't really show up or have the games that could propel them out of, the semifinals or if they get into a conference finals.
Right.
But I feel like the Knicks are really turning a corner. Brunson getting MVP chance, stuff like that. They have big guys who are going down, Randall, OG, Mitchell Robinson, and they just got guys who could come in and, like you said, just fill the void. 20 points per game. Alec Burks can get a bucket. Bogdanovich, he can rebound.
And they add size.
Right.
And they add size. So, people are hopeful that Embiid's going to come back. If he does, I don't know how much Hield and Kyle Lowry and Campaign really help him. Get over that hump.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm sold at all. But for the Knicks, they have good coaching, defensive squad first. So they have good coaching, good defense, add a lot of depth to this playoff squad. They can get some of their starters some rest more. I think they're in a good shape.
It's funny that you guys say that. We all agree here. But looking at the Sixers right now, guys, it's a bad situation. Number one, Joel Embiid is out.
Yep.
And the question we always have or we complain about when they don't get it done, and a lot of people, and I know y'all will agree, Joel Embiid needs to get himself in the paint. You are 7'1". You are over 240 pounds. Get your big behind in the paint and go to work. Be a Shaq. Be dominant. But he's never going to do that because he always wants to shoot. When you add Buddy Hield, he's a guard. What do guards do? Guards like to shoot. So they're going to rely on shooting, and when shooting doesn't work, what is there left? Especially in the playoffs. In the playoffs, guys get keyed on, guys are able to tune into one specific thing. When they're able to stop the Sixers in their shooting, it could be like it'd be a bad situation. Also, you know, with Tyrese Maxey, now that Hield is here, he's gonna get less reps, or less looks because Buddy Hield can score. Let's not forget that. So you gotta be able to feed him the ball, give him rhythm. So I don't like this trade at all for that party.
And I'm gonna say this: bigger than with the way I look at trades is bigger than just what you receive, but also what you didn't give up.
Yep.
So when we sit here and look at this, for them to get size, shooters, 40% from the three, efficiency, 20 points plus another 12, that's an extra 30 points, and bigger than that, no first-round picks. You telling me you didn't give up anything? You still got 4 first round. So if this season ends a success, we can move forward into the offseason like, man, we still got this team.
Right.
We can still make some plays off this team, but 4 incoming players coming out of college basketball is no way. You know, this is for the long game. This is perfect for them.
They have a good team right now.
They
y'all.
do.
Like we question. Okay, granted, and I'm gonna say this: Jalen Brunson will never be a number 1 option on any basketball team. That's real. I don't. There's no arguing about it. He'll never be a number 1. But with Bogdanovich, the pressure, he can be cooking. But we have to realize what are number 1 options. We have to think about that. Number 1 options. You don't think of Jalen Brunson. You think of Steph, LeBron, KD. You don't. At best, Jalen Brunson is
number 2.
Third option at best. He cannot be a number 2.
No,
he's not.
So give us
He's
options. Who's number 1?
On a championship team, he's a third option.
On the Knicks team,
Right now, he has to be number 1.
Okay.
But they're not a championship team.
Okay.
They're a high playoff team.
Yeah, they're a high playoff.
But he's never going to be a number 1 option. So when you add Bogdanovich, it takes the pressure off of Jalen Brunson because he's playing number 1 option right now. But he can go back to 1B.
What about Julius Randle? I know
No.
he's hurt, but
Julius Randle?
Mind you, every team got a number 1 option. No matter if you the Pistons, and no matter if you Detroit or if you OKC.
Every team has a number 1 option.
So who's the
but
number
where
1
are they gonna go?
But who's the number 1 option as
On
far
the
as
Knicks.
the Knicks?
Jalen Brunson, but he's not a number 1
no
option. Let's
injuries.
be honest. Let's be real though. He's not a number 1 option.
Okay,
he's a number
in that
3.
sense.
Julius Randle is a number 3 as well.
I would
He can't be a
entertain
number
as
2.
high as 2, but I
For
don't.
who?
For Jalen Brunson, I don't
Stop.
think you said
he's a
3.
small guard. He's 6'1". He's not fast.
Okay.
He's not athletic. So that cancels that out regardless.
Wow.
What's wild?
I mean,
let's be
he's an
honest.
excellent shooter. He gets into the paint. He knows how to use his body.
He's not athletic though.
But he's aggressive though.
You don't need
He's
to be
aggressive. You can be aggressive and still not be a number 1 option.
Okay. But every team has no 1 option. And
Every
he's
team
that
has
for
it.
them.
Yeah.
He's that for them, but he's not the one that can. Oh, Jalen Brunson is going to take us to the promised land. That's not the case.
Every team
I
doesn't
think
need
a
somebody like that.
lot of Knicks fans
Mind you.
believe he's going to do
But
that.
every
They
team
believe
doesn't-
that because they haven't seen success in over 50 years.
But every
That
team
is
doesn't
true.
need that though.
Every team needs a number 1 option to
Mind
win.
you, they do, but you don't need a promised land.
Yeah, you don't
Mind you,
need
if
like
you
a-
got weapons around it, we can
Yes,
all
you
be
do.
that.
You want like a bona fide Hall of Famer as every team's number one.
I need a guarantee. This is the guy that's going to take me to heaven.
And that is Jalen
And guess
Brunson.
what?
He's not going to take you to the promised
Them
land. I'm
guys
sorry.
that's going to take you to heaven, when they go through them gates, they fold up too. You
And
been seeing
and
guys
Jalen
that the
Brunson,
third option, they show
Jalen
up.
Brunson is gonna, and Jalen Brunson might fold under pressure.
He might, but so far,
If
they the
Jalen
best
Brunson-
in
So
the
far.
month of January.
Okay, the month of January. Who
Mind you,
cares?
coming into the
the
new
month,
year,
the
that
month
matters.
of January?
12,
Really? We're going to
12
complain.
and
We're going to
14.
say,
They
ooh,
done
12,
won
12
12
what?
games in the last. They done won 12 of their last 14.
Okay, do this in April.
Do this
See,
in
that's
April?
the thing. Y'all want to get so excited about regular season. Oh, he's the
Do you
month
want
of
to come back in
January.
April and speak on this?
Yeah, we're going to speak on it.
And they're
telling
going to be
you.
home.
Mind you, OG coming back, Randall, it's no way.
You got to realize.
Do
Come on,
see
you
this?
didn't even bring up
This
OG.
is a great team. This is a great
You
team.
heard what you said, team. They don't.
They need a number 1 option, though.
They have scoring at a lot of levels. Like you said,
But
OG.
that changes in the playoffs. Do you realize when pressure is tight, and I explained this on the previous season, when pressure gets tight, what happens? People get tight, people fold,
They
and
do.
people
That's
start
why you
missing.
fall back on your principles. The
What are the
New York
principles?
New York
What are the
Knicks
principles?
are a great defensive.
But we didn't seen a lot of number one
You can be a
options
great
fold.
defensive team, but if you have, but you can be great defensively, but you have to score.
Okay.
You have to realize that. Granted, defense does not win championships. You have to put the ball in the hole.
So if you look at your phone, right, and it's an ESPN notification, it said Jalen Brunson dropped 40.
I'm
Me
not
personally-
sold.
Yeah, I don't go crazy because I know he can do that. That's just his
he
body.
can't do that every night. Let's stop.
We never said every
He
night.
can't do that
We said
on
we
a-
can see that though for him.
You can see, one out of 15 games, he might drop 40.
One out of
Okay.
15 games.
Yes,
All right,
easily.
So So you just had your argument that he was going to make it to the conference. Now you backtrack and saying they're not going to be good.
They can make it to the conference, but that's it.
That's
you
it.
have guys, you have to realize something. And I'm
So
gonna
who's that
take
biggest
you out of
obstacle?
school. Let me take you out of school really quick. I'm gonna take you out of school. Jay Will's class, right? So first round, that's fine.
Okay.
I believe in him. Second round, it gets tough. Third round, that's when you need the
Who's
number
that biggest
one
obstacle?
option. The Celtics.
Okay.
The Bucks. Shoot, the Heat, if they can get it together. When you have a great coach and you have
said
a
the Heat?
system, the Heat, if they can figure out what's going on, and 7 games, Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler can take you somewhere.
Now, mind you, that's somebody, he is a number one option.
Cleveland.
He when he gets in that
Jimmy
game.
Butler, he's not a number one
mind
option.
You, mind you, he takes you to the promised land.
No, he doesn't. He does not take you to the promised land.
Take you to
He
the
does not
promised
take you
land.
to the
I
promised
agree
land.
50%.
my God.
He's a number 2 option on most teams. Y'all have to realize something, y'all. Like,
Jimmy,
there's a difference
whoa,
between
whoa,
a number
whoa.
1 option and a number 2.
Mind you, when
And
Did
a
you
three.
forget COVID?
Mind
Did you
you,
get
when he
COVID
gets to
time?
the playoffs,
COVID?
what does he do?
COVID? Really? We're talking about COVID?
bringing
The
it up.
bubble?
Jimmy,
When he gets to the playoffs, what does he do?
You're making me sweat.
What does he do when he
So
gets
we're
to the
acting
playoffs?
like Jimmy Butler doesn't
What
carry
does
a
he do?
squad.
He's consistent when he gets to the
To the
playoffs.
playoffs, but that's to the
That's
Eastern
when it
Conference.
matters.
It does, but that's it. He doesn't take you anywhere.
So,
He gets
okay,
you 2
Mind you, 'cause
games.
guess what? It's team
He'll
ball.
give you 2 games.
It is
It's
team
team
ball.
ball.
We're gonna talk about
He gives
Jimmy.
you 2 games. Y'all don't realize
But
that.
So we're gonna
team
talk about
ball,
Jimmy
though.
Butler, but we're not gonna talk about Bam. It's all Jimmy
Bam
Butler.
Bam is average.
Exactly.
Bam is
Exactly.
He's a team around him. So if the Knicks got
But
a team, we good.
And he hasn't even had Tyler Hero in these
No,
playoffs.
they're not. No, they're not. Y'all don't understand.
just
Playoffs are totally different. You need a number 1 option. Y'all just missing that. Y'all missing the
team has a
concept.
number
Wait, how
one
good?
option.
How good does the number 1 option have to be?
Okay,
Make it like it gotta be LeBron.
Okay, this man said
KD,
Kevin Durant.
Steph, LeBron,
Every team.
Luka. There's tier. Jalen Brunson's their tier 3 player.
And all the players you're bringing up, they didn't make it nowhere past a certain point
Who?
either. Luka.
He's young.
But you're
He's
bringing
young.
him up,
He's
though.
he's a number 1 option.
Okay.
He is.
He is.
And Jalen Brunson's the number 3. I like the Knicks.
Why?
I like the addition.
3 is so
but their number,
harsh.
huh?
3 is so hard.
He
He
just want to
is.
argue, man. He just want
What
to
about
argue,
2?
man.
No, you can't add. No, I don't want to hear 2.
So
Let him
who's a
have
tier
it.
2 option?
Kawhi Leonard right now.
All right.
We don't even know if Kawhi Leonard wants to play basketball.
Kawhi Leonard's a number 2 option.
Wow.
But overall, the Knicks are going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals,
They
and
won
that
the
will be
trade.
it. They won the trade. For
I
sure.
don't disagree with you.
They won the trade, but
But the
they're
Brunson
not gonna
slander
go.
is kind of crazy.
It's not crazy. It's real. Let's just be honest, and most people would agree with me. Thank you.
I think he's had such a great year. It's such
Oh,
it's
great
just such a
year. Y'all-
disservice.
Great, oh,
This is such a
great year.
disservice to him.
Great year. Oh yeah, going home. Bye.
Going to have to stop you guys there. After the break, we'll discuss the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award. Welcome back to Saber Sports. Recently, the NFL Honors Award ceremony took place, and there were plenty of big names, including Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, and TJ Watt. One award that stood out in particular is the Defensive Player of the Year award, won by MYLES Garrett. Jeremiah, did he deserve to win?
That's an interesting question. So, when I was thinking about Defensive Player of the Year, and I know you huffing and puffing already, but
I think I might take this from him.
I would have actually not given it to Myles Garrett or TJ Watt, and I know that's crazy. And you're laughing.
You want to
but
give it a Bland, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna
Yep,
give it
go
to Deron Bland for Defensive Player of the Year. So, I'm gonna explain some stuff right here. 33 solo tackles, 53 solo tackles,
Ooh, that's a lot.
9 interceptions, 5 pick sixes. He's a mini Stephon Gilmore, y'all. And I know this is crazy, but you know, when I think of Defensive Player of the Year, I don't think of stats, because stats really don't matter in this category, right? I think of impact. When you go on the field, how do you command the field? How do you command the run? How do you change the offensive playbook on the other side? People game plan because they don't want to throw on his side.
And
People. Let me finish. You know, I know this is crazy, but you got to look at like the impact he has on the field. How he sits back, how he is able to lurk, how he is sneaky, how he cuts off rights, how he defends wide receivers. Granted, he's young, But this year I would have gave it to him.
So you say stats don't matter.
Right.
Statistics.
Well, they don't matter. They matter.
But you brought them up.
They matter, but it's about impact.
All right, so
it's about
look,
impact.
Right.
Talk to me.
The impact that he got scored on a lot.
Who you going with?
So first off, I'm gonna say this. My argument, if we going off of statistics and comparisons, I'm going off of T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt should have won it. When you say he has 19 sacks to Miles 14.
Okay.
So look, it's 3 stats that matter for a defensive lineman. We talking sacks, tackles for loss. They the 3 main stats, right?
He's a cornerback.
And he's a corner. But mind you, we're not even gonna consider him.
Why?
Watt has 19 to Miles 14. Tackles for loss, Watt has 19 to his 17. And regular tackles, Watt has 68 to his 42. Now, I don't know what the NFL owners was thinking or why they did this, because I understand that, they say the Browns was the #1 defense, even though I strongly believe the Ravens were the true #1 defense. If we just going off of just defense and team ball, Justin and Madubuike should have won it then, because he had similar stats to Myles Garrett if we going off of team play and impact.
Okay.
Justin had 56 tackles to where Myles Garrett had 42.
You're bringing up stats.
And
I'm going
to keep bringing them up. And guess what? Because it matters.
You're bringing up stats. That's all you're bringing up. You're
Myles
giving me numbers.
Myles Garrett had 14 sacks to Justin's 13 and a half. So if we going off of just that #1 defense and his impact, then they should have just gave it to Justin.
You're giving me numbers. You're just giving me numbers.
I'm going to keep, mind you gave me numbers.
I gave you numbers, but I told you, I just gave you numbers just to let you hear what the
And
numbers
mind
were.
you, who you think the offense is more game plan for? TJ Watt or Bland? When you think they
That's such a crazy thing. Wait, no. You said Deron Bland. You said honorable mention.
Mind you, I said I'm going TJ Watt. But if the NFL honors, they make it like he was on the #1 defense.
I didn't hear your topic yet,
first
but
of
you're
all,
both wrong.
I don't even think it really matters. First of all, the award holds no validity anymore. Who cares about DPOY? You're letting Myles Garrett win it. I know he has his hand in the dirt, and TJ Watt is an edge rusher. He's normally up a lot of the time. So if they mirror a lot of stats, Myles Garrett's more like run stopper. TJ Watt is.
They both pass rushers. They
are both pass rushers, but it's different from having her hand in the dirt
but
to
this
actually
is my question,
edge rusher.
because mind you said it's about gameplay. So let's throw
And-
all.
and
Can I say something? Can I say something?
No. Before you say
Y'all
something,
trying to attack.
go.
do you think defensive coordinators wake up and they say, man, offensive coordinators wake up and they're like, man, we got a really game plan for Deron Bland
That's
today.
my point, mind you. Let's those stats out the
We
window.
really got to watch out for that
You
26
think-
boy.
you
He's
think
dangerous.
You think they game plan more for him than TJ Watt?
I'm gonna let y'all talk. Y'all don't get it.
So they're game planning for Deron Bland more than TJ
I'm not
Watt.
saying that. I'm saying the impact that he has on the field.
That's impact. Offensive coordinator worry about that. Offensive coordinator not
They don't
worried
throw
about
to his side.
Deron
They cancel one side of the field. Like, y'all don't get it.
Deron Bland was getting cooked towards the end of the season.
Oh, my Lord.
I really don't want to
And
hear
guess
any
what?
of that talk.
They run
Quarterback's one of the hardest positions.
I know.
See, that's what y'all don't. One of the hardest positions.
I get that.
Watt and Myles Garrett are on the line, so they're around most plays. He has to Bland has to go to the ball. He has to force himself in the mix. When you have to do that and you still put on, what
Okay,
does
but
that
look
say?
So his resume for
What
DPOY
does
is that he's a
say?
corner who likes to tackle?
No.
Great.
Jesus, y'all don't get it. Y'all still don't get it. The reason why I would give it to him because of his impact, his ability to look for the ball.
What's TJ Watt impact?
His impact is solid. I like him. I just wouldn't give it to him. That's what I'm saying.
And why wouldn't you give it to him? Because
His
we talking about
impact
you.
is-
Because I'm going to say this. TJ has more impact. When you tell me an offensive coordinator is running 12, 13 formation and adding tight ends to your side, if you ever watch TJ Watt play, he's more than a 9 technique. You would think he's an 11. He's basically at the sideline. He has to get through one tight end, an offensive tackle, and a running back. 19 sacks. Bland is not doing that.
19 sacks.
Come
He does.
on, man.
He's on the line.
Ain't no
of
way.
course. A quarterback is not a.
Mind you,
quarterback is not.
do you
gonna
know how
get
far a
19.
football field is, though? Do you know how a wide 9?
How? Explain.
Come on.
Since you're the expert.
Come on, a wide 9. He's so far.
Since
He
you the
has to
expert.
go through a tight end, a tackle, and a running back. That's 3 people. Come on.
But he's always.
And he's getting
He's always
held.
what?
And he's getting
Double
held
team?
every
That's
play.
a triple
He's
team.
always in the mix. That's what y'all don't understand.
What do you mean
Like,
always in the mix?
he's
Playing
good
a
at
passing
being-
NFL. A corner is going to always be in the mix, too.
He has 9 interceptions.
We playing a passing
He has 9
NFL.
interceptions.
Everybody
And
is in the
five
mix.
Pick six.
I have a question.
Everybody's in the mix.
Is Trevon Diggs good?
Diggs?
Yeah.
In the right system, yeah, he can be.
Trevon?
Do you know? No.
So do people just go on Google? All right, that corner's got like 6 picks. He's got to be good.
No.
But for the rest of the game, he's
don't-
getting
okay, don't do it.
cooked.
Don't
He's
say
getting
that.
cooked. He's
Don't
getting.
say that. Don't say
His
that.
ball-
You're not seeing T.J. Watt getting
You can't-
pancaked
you
and laid
can't-
out.
you
You're
can't
not,
say that.
He's
You
consistent.
can't say that.
Mind you, T.J. Watt played in 17 games. He got a sack for every game.
I'm
That's
not-
consistency.
He is consistent, but I would not give it to him. I would have gave it
And
to
guess
Deron
what?
Bland.
You don't need to be on the committee then.
That's not true.
You don't need to
deserve
be on the
get it.
committee.
Because I
That's
understand.
your option.
Because y'all just looking at numbers and
You brought up numbers.
You were the first one with your numbers.
I gave you numbers to explain to y'all, but I didn't. That's not my argument. I'm talking about the impact.
But you want me to give you real numbers? I give you real
I don't
numbers.
care about stats. I don't
The
care.
Steelers finished positive this year without outscoring any of the
The crazy
teams we
thing
played.
is,
And why do you think that is?
And I'm
Why
a
do you think
Steelers
that is?
fan. That's the crazy thing about it.
So why do you
too.
think that is?
I'm a Steelers
Because
fan too.
T.J. Watt
That's not the
and
only-
our defense was carrying.
Mind you,
Was carrying.
I'm also curious, what does the committee consider to be defensive player of the year?
I'm gonna
'Cause
tell you, and I understand.
they bringing up his defense. The Browns' defense was not better than the Ravens, and I
It's
stabbed
because
that.
they be bringing up
You're
PFF
upset about the
numbers. They bring up
Of
PFF
course, but I
numbers.
stabbed that. That's not the number one defense. So
They're not,
I don't
but
get the argument.
The committee looks at
What
Like
they look
QB
committee looks
pressures.
at- no, the committee looks at impact and
And
that's the
double team
word.
rate.
So Miles had more impact than TJ.
Well, he had a higher double
Sack.
team rate.
No.
So he just contradicted
I'm
himself,
not
America.
contradicting myself. That's what they think, but I wouldn't think that. I would in the order I would do Bland,
Yup.
Watt, Garrett. That's my order.
And
that's-
Bland would have walked away with it.
yeah. If I had the final vote and it was a tie, granted it wouldn't
Talking
be.
about
I'm telling you, that would be a travesty.
Talking about Stephon
No, it would-
that would be a
Gilmore.
travesty.
It would not be a-
Stephon Gilmore.
He's a mini Stephon Gilmore, yes.
Which version?
He's like Trevon Diggs. They're all the same.
Which
No,
version
okay,
of
you can't
Stephon
be
Gilmore?
disrespectful.
Ooh, I can catch the ball great. I get cooked in coverage all the time.
Trevon Diggs is athletic. He's an athletic corner.
He
Let's not
is.
sleep on
He
that.
has great ball skills, but his technique is terrible. That's why he gets cooked.
But mind you,
Athleticism can-
Bland,
athleticism can
look,
get-
let me end it with this.
outweigh
Would
that
Bland
negative.
have shined if Diggs never got hurt? T.J. Watt been shining. Miles Garrett been
How does
shining.
another cornerback? How? How does another cornerback?
Because I don't remember him shining like this when Diggs was playing.
Exactly.
Why always
dark
shine?
horse. He's a dark horse, and that's what
He's
you're
a
talking
dark horse.
about. He's yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, he's smiling.
Y'all don't get it. He's a dark horse. Okay. He was the one.
Yep.
He was the one.
Gonna have to cut you off there. After the break, the crew will discuss who has a better chance of MVP, Luka, Shea, or Giannis. Stay tuned to Saber Sports. Welcome back to the show. Jeremiah, who do you think has a better case for MVP, Luka, Shea, or Giannis?
I'm gonna go with Shy, easily Shy. He's definitely the MVP this year so far. 31 points, 55% shooting. Like, that's amazing. That's great numbers. He's a 6'6" combo guard. He's versatile. You know, they're top 5 in the West. Like when I think of
I believe they
MVP,
number one. They number one.
oh, they number one. Excuse me, they number one. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Without them, without Shea, right? What would they be? You know, I don't even think they would be top 5. I think they would be fighting for a play-in spot, honestly. So when you think of MVP, you got to think about
Impact.
of its most valuable player,
Yep.
but you got to remove the MVP and let's see what the team would be. So without Shea on the Thunder, they're looking rough. And then I don't think he gets enough credit as well because of the small market. OKC, nobody. That's not LA. That's not Miami. That's not Boston. So you got to take into account that as well.
Now I'm gonna say this: as far as impact, I can agree. When I first, heard this question, he was my first initial answer. But the 3 top candidates we have is Shea, Luka, Giannis.
Right.
Now I feel like I will eliminate Giannis. We are so accustomed to his play style that we know how this is him every night.
Right.
That's not to say that he's still not top 3 in the
It was a
East.
surprise the first 2 years, and now it's the same.
And mind you, it's still not to say he's not still top 3 in the East, but Doc Rivers is bringing that team down a little bit. And, they don't got nothing to do with MVP, but he is bringing them down. Now, Shea has been a baller, right? As you said, 31 points, he's tied second.
Okay.
5 rebounds, 6 assists.
Okay.
36% from the field, and you bring up 55.
Okay.
But Luka.
Why Luka? Why?
Mind you, people say he might don't got no help because he is 8th in the East or over there. But when you say somebody's averaging 34 points a game, that's first in the league. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, which is tied for third. 49% from the field, 38. right? I'm bearing y'all with stats.
So
But-
this is a number thing? I'm just trying
I'ma
to
say this,
clarify.
mind you.
Because the last topic we said no
Yeah, mind you.
numbers.
I feel like numbers are so
I'm gonna say
outlined,
this. The reason why I believe
can
it's a
say
number
numbers.
game, the last person that came close to this numbers, Russell Westbrook, and he was averaging a triple-double. He won.
This was out without KD the first year.
Mind you, yeah, it was.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this though: the last person to get close to these stats was Westbrook.
Okay.
Unanimous. I'm talking about he won it. Nobody, it was no argument. So you telling me if we going off of that, the committee sees this, there's no way Luka doesn't win.
I agree. Anybody, even then,
you
that
would.
Mavs.
Yeah, I agreed the whole show.
I just think, you just like to argue a lot.
I don't. I
but
just know I'm right. 3-0.
to stay on topic, Luke. Yeah, I would give Luka for my MVP. If we're all talking about like prominence and what he does for the team,
You can choose
the
anybody,
Mavs are
though.
8th with him,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I am a big Kyrie Irving fan, but it seems like he's not.
There's no help. That's
yeah,
what
it
I'm
seems
saying.
like
That's
he's
what I'm
not
bringing
doing
up. And I'm
enough
gonna say this too.
to help him.
As long as Luka stay healthy and they get a playoff seeding,
If
no
they
way
get
he
a
doesn't
seeding,
win.
he's gonna go.
It's
he's gonna
no
go
way,
crazy.
because if he gets a seeding, it's no way he doesn't win. Come on now, you see these?
I
Win
don't.
what? Wait, win what?
What?
As long as they make the playoffs, as long as they get in there, there's no way
Okay,
he doesn't win the
so-
award.
That's all we have time for at the moment. We're headed to break, but stay tuned for Monet's top plays when we return.
Welcome back to Saber Sports. Here's Monet's top plays of the week. We're going to kick it off with the Lady Pirates. Here you have Amaya Reeves attacks the zone. She spots her open player, kicks it to Cam Hill in the corner for the knockdown open three. Can't beat that basketball. Attacks the zone, spots Cam in the corner, knocks it down. Great ball movement by the Lady Pirates. Next we have Tedrick Wilcox with the tween cross hezzy pull up for the mid-range two. Might be a lost art, but it works every single time. As you can see, here's the push up between the legs to cross, the hezzy pull up, knockdown. Love that basketball. Here we can see Tristan Maxwell with the tip to Kyrie's Mullen to Jerry Dang for the nice one-handed jam on the fast break. As you can see, Tristan gets back on defense. He has a great tip on the ball. Kyrie's pushes it up, and Jerry Dang just runs the floor. Next, we have Tristan Maxwell again, who finds Kyrie's Mullen once again on the missed layup, but he was able to get his rebound and finish it off with a nice right hand. Here you go, he babies him in the paint, finds his open man, misses, still is able to get his rebound, and finish over three people. And to round it off, we had to let them know who the real HU is. Jordan Nesbitt kicks it out to Jerry Dang in the corner to knock down a three with 20 seconds left to put the real HU above. Shout out to Hampton for the great win. And shout out to all these players. Continue on doing great this season. That's it for Monet's top plays. Back to you, Simone.
Thank you, Monet. That's all we have for today's show. Be sure to come back to Saber Sports for your favorite sports.